Hey, this is Pink Pantyhose, where comedy meets feminism. I'm your host, Nia Brooks, and thank you all so much for listening to my podcast. You can do anything with your ears. You can clean your ears, you can pierce your ears, but the fact that you're giving me your ears to listen to my podcast, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So, today's episode is about clingy older men, specifically clingy older men who drive for Uber. Yes, I'm guilty of it. I've given my number to Uber drivers, but you know what? I gotta give it how I live it. And there's nothing wrong with driving for Uber. This person is just a trash person, period. And they just so happen to drive for Uber. So let's go back to fall 2016. I was on a dance team doing some majorette stuff, and rehearsals were in South Holland. So I had to call an Uber driver to come pick me up and take me to Lincoln Park because my sorority was having an event. Shout out to my alma mater, DePaul University, and Lambda Theta Alpha, the elite and dynamic Epsilon Delta chapter. Hey. And I had to support my undergrads and go to the dinner. So I called the Uber driver and didn't think nothing of it. And as we were riding on the highway, the Uber driver was like, yo, are you a celebrity or something? People keep looking into the car. I was like, yeah, this person was speaking into my future. You know, I'm going to be big. Just wait on it, y'all. And I was just like, whatever. And as we're riding, we're talking about his daughters. We're talking about him owning buildings. We're talking about how he loves to cook. And most importantly, we're talking about Jodeci. Ooh, yeah, forever my lady. It's like a dream. I'm holding you close, keeping you warm. If this is ecstasy, forever my lady. Okay. There's a reason I have a podcast versus a CD. But hey, I know, don't quit my day job. Anyways, so at the end of the trip, we exchanged contact information, our Facebooks, because at the time, hear me out, at the time I was doing network marketing and I was building my business, building connections with people. So we exchanged contact information, and on my Facebook, on my live videos, I would advertise my products. And at the time I was selling body wraps, and I would show people how to put on a body wrap showing my stomach. And this person, this Uber driver, they would comment on my videos, and they would send me messages like, oh, you're so pretty, and woo woo woo, and I love your stomach. This person was so obsessed with my stomach. And we talked on and off, but we never went on a date. And it took some time for me to actually express, like, yo, I want to go on a date with you. Actually, I was so business minded. And it was their interest in me, this Uber driver, that made me think, okay, you are cute. I'm not going to front. And then when I expressed my interest in him romantically outside of business, this person was like, oh, I don't date younger women because they're clingy. Because he had an interaction with a young lady. I wouldn't be surprised if this individual told the young lady one thing, and then his intention was to get them draws. And she was confused by the miscommunication. He didn't like how this young lady was showing up to his crib. And I'm thinking to myself, like, sir, first of all, I work a full-time job, and I don't have a car. I'm not going to be showing up to your crib like that unexpectedly. Like, I got better things to do besides hound you. But whatever. Making stereotypes about younger people. And then, as he said that, he also would say, oh, I wish older women my age would have bodies and stomachs like you. Skirt, hold up. First of all, don't give a compliment to a woman by putting other women down. And women, we can't be doing that to each other. And I'm guilty of this too. Like, men would gas me up like, oh, you're mature, woo, woo, woo. Younger ladies your age, they immature. Nah, give a compliment. Direct it toward the person. You don't need to bring other people down to give compliments. And I took offense to this for so many reasons. Because something I learned is that women, you can look like anything you want if you brought life into this world. Like, having a baby is a big deal. It changes your body so much. So the fact that you brought a human or humans into this world, you sacrifice your body and your health to create new life. Shout out to you. Don't beat yourself up about this. And as you get older, I've been told that your metabolism slows down. So it's hard to lose weight. So the fact that he would say this, I just took offense to it. Like, first of all, your stinky dinky penis is the reason why your baby mama probably looks the way that she does, because she has 2 kids. Like, you did that to her body. Second of all, you don't know what it's like to create and have a baby in your stomach. Third of all, he wasn't even slim and trim. He had a stomach on himself. Like, he looked like he had a baby. And you're going to talk about other women, older women, wishing they looked like me. Like, don't compare me to other women, especially when you're not even invested in your health. Like, whatever. Get out my face. So, this has only happened twice in my life, where I had an Uber driver more than once. So, I remember we stopped talking for some time. And I remember that I was going to the metro station, and this is why I no longer live in the suburbs. Not because of Uber, but because the Pace bus stopped running after 7:30, and I would have to catch Ubers from the metro station to my crib, and I hated spending the extra $10. Pace do not be on Pace. I hate the suburbs. But I remember ordering an Uber, and this same Uber driver picked me up, whole different suburbs. Nowhere where he lived. I was just like, whoa, what is this? And I wasn't talking to him at first. And I remember we were driving down Sauk Trail. Shout out to Park Forest, South Suburbs, if y'all know where that's at. And he was like, oh, I'm trying to be man sexy. And I take offense when people gender things. Why do we have to gender everything? That's a man bag. That's a male nurse. That's a man slut. No, that's a bag. That's a nurse. And that's a slut. That's a slutty nurse bag. And the problem with gendering things, specifically saying man anything, is that you're saying by default it's associated with women. So only women wear purses and bags. Only women can be in a nursing field. Only women can be sluts. And if anybody's a slut, sluts are definitely associated with men. Because not only are men sluts, not all men, some, but they're lying sluts. Like, oh, baby, I want you to have my babies. And I love you, woo, woo, woo. I ain't never lied to a mother. You know what? I ain't never lied to a guy when I was having sex with him, when I was out here thotting. Only thing I love was them balls in my mouth. Hey, shout out to fellatio. Your girl loves it. But anyways, back to the matter at hand. But this individual was like, I want to be man sexy. So I corrected him because I have a degree, women's and gender studies. Once again, shout out to DePaul. And I was like, why does it have to be man sexy? Why can't you just be sexy? And you know, like any man who was intimidated by a younger person, a woman, and especially a woman with a degree, he took offense. He said some slick stuff like, why are you taking it seriously? Or blah, 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 some stuff. He just sounded like an idiot. And I was just like, whatever. So I became frustrated with him over time. And he was actually surprised when I was in the backseat not talking to him as much, like you wasn't aware of the fuck shit that you was doing. So I remember we were talking on and off, and it was January 2018. You know, new year, new me, woo, woo, woo. And I told him, because he would randomly message me here and there, and we unfriended each other. Well, let's take that back. I unfriended him, and he felt some type of way about that, because there was no reason for us to talk. Like, you was just talking in circles. You'll say that you like me, but no actions to back it up. And I told him, I was like, yo, this is going to happen. These two options. Either you're going to be my sugar daddy or you're going to be my boyfriend. And he was like, ha, ha, ha. I ain't going to be nobody's sugar daddy. Okay, then I'm looking for a relationship, a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a texting buddy. And he was like, oh, that's cool that you want a relationship. Oh, that makes sense. And he was just talking around the fact that I wanted a relationship with him. And I just cut it off. And I attempted to talk to him again in the springtime of 2018 because, yeah, I'm a feminist. Yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman. But you know what? Like, it gets hard being strong and independent and empowering yourself. Like, having that brick wall around me of empowerment, sometimes I take that down because, you know, I got needs. You know, I want someone to feel on my booty, say my lips look good, suck off all my lip gloss. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to him, and this was a straw that broke the camel's back because he was already in my rear view, like in the past, whatever. I don't even drive, and I'm using car references. And I remember asking him, like, hey, can you pick me up from the train station? I was going to pay him because, you know, he was driving for Uber. Like, I'm not about getting stuff for free all the time. You know, we got to circulate our black dollars, help our community. And he was like, nah, I can't pick you up because later today I'm getting ready for the game. You know, I got to cook the food, woo, woo, woo. And I was just like, whatever, I don't need this. And this is why I'm single to this day. So I was like, and I didn't say this to him. I was saying this to myself. Like, if I can't have my dad, I don't want your ass. And my dad has created super high standards for me for dating. Like, and people have told me, like, yo, you shouldn't think like that. Nah, I have yet to date someone who was good looking and who's been in the same realm as my dad as far as treating and respecting women. Hey, it is what it is. But anyways, since we stopped talking, the same man that has said, oh, younger women are clingy, one, I unfriended him on Facebook, but he has still managed to message me periodically since we stopped talking on and off. Two, he reached out to me via Instagram and messaged me, and I just yelled at him. I was like, stop talking to me. I'm done with you. Like, you're a waste of time. You're a waste of my time. Yes, I be saying this to guys. Like, I get impudent and real disrespectful when you be on some fuck shit. Like, nah, I'm not always sweet and cotton candy and unicorns. Nah, I give it to you. It's whatever. And then he has commented on my pictures multiple times, even though we are not friends. My page is public because for business reasons, and he'll comment on my pictures. I remember it was the picture I took when I was at the Cardi B concert. I was in this leopard outfit. He was like, oh, woo, 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 you beautiful. And he commented recently on one of my pictures. I haven't talked to him since the springtime. He was like, oh, you're beautiful. Won't even start up a conversation, just randomly. He would have to actively look me up on Facebook, type in my name, and just come in and be like, woo, 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 you beautiful, commenting on my pictures. But this is the same person, y'all. Remember, he said younger women are clingy, but I clearly told you I want to cut you off. But you calling me clingy and young women and stereotyping me. And that just really confused me. First of all, this person confused me because usually, this is my understanding, men like women, heterosexual men like women. So what man wouldn't want someone who looks good like me, but with a younger, firmer body? No shade to older women. That's just what I've been told. Like, men like younger women. And just period. Like, if you fine, you fine. Like, why put a label on it? And then what confused me is that he oftentimes told me I was good looking, woo, woo, woo. Like, why don't you act on it? And if you don't want to act on it, why are you talking to me? Maybe his radar in his head went off like, oh my gosh, Naya's having a good life. She's being empowered. Let me go mess up stuff. Let me go ruin her life. And what also confused me is that he has daughters my age, like in their early 20s. So why are you acting this way? Because I know you told your daughters, like, oh, guys only want one thing. Guys are nasty. They dogs, woo, woo, woo. But here you are acting this negative way that you wouldn't want other men to treat your daughters. Like, I know for a fact that he would be upset if he found out some guys were treating his daughters the way he's treating me. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yeah, I had to stop talking to him. I was really feeling him, y'all. Trust and believe. He was cute to me. I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. He was the reason I bought my bike from Walmart for $75 because he put me on. But it came to a point where I just stopped playing tug of war with him, like trying to convince him that I was worthy, that I was special. And that's why I want to instill in y'all 2 lessons for today. 1, do not keep toxic people in your life. Like, you don't have to force people, create a campaign, whatever, to convince someone how awesome you are. If they can't see that, how awesome you are, they shouldn't be in your life. Don't be begging people to treat you right. You deserve the best and only the best. And this is something that has taken time for me to learn through trial and error. And yes, I'm single, been single for multiple years. But what hurts more than being single is pressuring someone, persuading someone that I'm worth a date, that I'm worth being talked to and to have a conversation before 10 p.m., before booty call hours. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing I want to instill in y'all, make sure y'all words match up with y'all actions. Don't be talking out the side of your neck or the side of your mouth and just not having your actions match your words or vice versa. And that's what really frustrated about me with this individual, that he would say like, oh, you beautiful, woo, 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 but wouldn't take me out. Like, oh, let me cook for you one day. Why don't you invite me over? Oh, we should go bike riding one day. Okay, and when you gonna come pick me up? But yeah, eliminate the nonsense from your life and just be a person of integrity. Make sure your actions and your words match up with each other. But yeah, thank y'all for listening to my podcast. I appreciate everyone from the bottom of my heart. This is Pink Pantyhose, where comedy meets feminism, and I'm your host, Nia Brooks, and I'm sending y'all love and good vibes. Bye.